I guess on my hair, she look all right. And with that actually sitting there like this creams, and I had to have them, sis. All 5 of them. Here, I just had, we're gonna discontinue it, but I had to pick up their book of shadows, honey. Color grade makes cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. Wow, so serious. Alright, looks like we're okay. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. First off, I would like to say I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to title this video. It just came to me. Right now, it is extremely early in the morning. This is Saturday. I usually like to come in this room early in the morning before I head out for work or anything, because if I come in at the right time, I can usually hear the birds chirping. I find it very peaceful. Like, let me see. There is a bird's nest not too far from one of my windows right here. I'm not sure exactly what kind of bird it is. I think it's I think it is just a regular not a dove. When I think of it, I'll post the name up here. But basically, I don't take pictures. I don't do anything. Once I noticed it was there, I try to keep that window shut because I don't want to startle that family or anything out there. But I really enjoy hearing the noise. It just brings me peace. It keeps me calm. It just reminds me that there are other things going on in the world. I'm not the only one up at the crack of the dawn who's worried about my day. And one of the main reasons why I'm making this video is because, how can I put it? I had a disagreement with someone who I believe is now a past subscriber, and I wanted to go ahead and just get my point of view on what happened out there, because we live in a world where all it takes is one viral tweet or video or opinion of someone to go out, and it can completely either raise a brand up or completely tear a brand down. And although I'm an extremely small channel, I have a platform now where I can give my opinion, so why not? Basically, in my personal life, things have really picked up. My job is working on an extremely important project that I can't speak of, but long story short is I agreed to pick up some additional hours to help get things going a little bit smoother. And it wasn't until after I agreed to it, thinking of how much more money I'm going to be able to save and do for things like my birthday that's coming up. You all see I started getting my hair done, so I'm like, I got an appointment next week. That's going to help pay for that. So it's, you know, getting things in order now, because I understand an opportunity like this isn't going to last long. So I'm like, I need to get that bread while I can. That was Friday. That was yesterday. After work, I decided, you know what, Torrence, you might want to go ahead and hit up the market now, so that way you don't have to do those things over the weekend. You're going to need as much of your free time as possible to get this content out and pre-record, because you're now taking those additional hours that you have for YouTube to now put into work. Okay, no problem. I just won't be able to relax the way I used to. The thing is, I like to head to the market either when they first open or when they're about to close, because I feel as if I deal with the least amount of traffic during that time, and I can actually, you know, see which items I want. It's not, you know, much to worry about. The thing is, I'm not sure about all areas in America, but here in Michigan, more than likely, if you find a Walmart, you can find a Target either right next door or right up the street. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose, competing with each other, but that's usually the case. And although I personally prefer to shop at Target, because to me, they were the first ones to have things like Beauty Bakery, Colored Rain, the Lip Bar, things like that. So being able to go in and find an entire section of black-owned makeup was like, I can get my groceries, I can get my household items and black-owned makeup. Like, honey, this is like, you know, Myers and Ulta all in one. I'm right here. I'm for it. The thing is, there's no lie, it does cost a little bit more to shop at Target than it does Walmart. But a lot of times, things that are sold out, we'll just say for $2 at Walmart, you may be able to find a stock at Target for $2.25. So to me, sometimes it's worth just going to both. But I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy shopping at Walmart. One, they have lower prices. And two, I've met more of my subscribers at Walmart than any other place on the planet. That's just where they tend to shop, and I'm not mad at it. So it's not uncommon for me to purposely stop through and shop at Walmart because one, I'll be able to save that bread, and two, I can possibly meet a subscriber. My very first time being noticed by a subscriber was a young lady in Walmart. So I'm sitting back wondering, I didn't even know children watch my videos. So to see the glow in her eyes, like, oh my God, it's really him. She ran and grabbed her mother. It was beautiful. I'm like, okay, we could do this a little more often if I'm just enjoying my little life and helping other people bring, glow to their day. Why not? Yesterday, it just so happens I met another young lady. I don't want to put her name out there just to be on the safe side, but basically she let me know how much she enjoyed my channel, and we, although you can keep your distance and still hear people, because trust me, my voice carries and echoes, honey. You gonna hear me if I got something to say. She basically asked, could she know what was going on with the video coming up? I said, no problem. It's no secret. It's going to be the tutorial on the eye look that I wore in my Fenty Beauty video. I'll leave that link. I'll leave that video linked right here. And that was the video where I was talking about the powder foundation, but a lot of people like the neutral eye look. So I did a second video behind that, and that's what was going to be posted today. But because I'm up so early in the morning and could not sleep all night over this, I'm going to push that video back to Monday, and I'm going to post this one today. We were talking about that, everything was good, and I guess she was shopping with another young lady because that lady came up with the cart, and somehow, I don't know what we were talking about, but the other young lady brought up jeffreestar. I'm not sure if you all know, but if you've watched my previous video and my anti-haul, I'll leave that video linked right here above. I talked about how I no longer support jeffreestar. That's what I said. I let it be known why. I went into detail there. But basically, I only own 2 items from jeffreestar, and I let it be known I'm not throwing them away because it's good makeup. I paid my money for one product. The other was a gift. And the jeffreestar we see and know today, we didn't know all of that when jeffreestar very first launched. Things started falling out of the closet. But that very first palette he launched, I did purchase it because it was something different. He was something different, and I still have it. There's no point of throwing it away just because of what he's done now. I don't use it. Well, I'm not going to say I don't use it. I have used it before, but I don't support it. I don't post it on my channel, on my page, anything like that. It sits in a drawer of shame with the rest of the makeup that I feel like that. If y'all want more details about that drawer of shame, just go ahead and leave a comment about that. But basically, brands that I used to support and bought things from, but no longer do, they sit in the drawer of shame. That way, they're not like out here on display where I can see them, want to use them, want to grab them. It takes energy and effort to get to that file cabinet and actually pull those items out, which makes it that much harder to even want to use them. But if it's still good makeup, it goes there. Once it goes bad, I'll throw it in the trash because I'm not going to, reuse it or rebuy it or anything. But somehow, the second young lady must have watched that video and taken it to as, I hate jeffreestar, and that is not the case. I just don't like the decisions he's made, and so I've chosen as a customer to no longer put any money, energy, or effort into building up your brand or your net worth. That's it. He's still talented, he's still rich, he's still famous. Me stopping that doesn't help him, but it makes sure it doesn't help me use him to push that forward. My money and my platform isn't going to do that for you, sir. It's just not going to happen. Until I see change, nothing on my end is going to change. We're going to hold all our coin over here, and every product that comes out is going to go right past me. I don't want that in my cart, not even at a discount. That's how I felt. Well, the young lady came out and she said something about jeffreestar being in a car accident. I had no idea about that. I guess it was recent. And unfortunately, she said something along the lines of, well, it'll be good if he dies, or I hope he dies. And I immediately screamed out, no ma'am. Now, if you know me in real life, you understand that a lot of times, yes sir and no ma'am slips right out my mouth at the wrong time, honey. It may have been what I truly felt, but it may not have been something I wanted to say. And although I truly felt, no, we're not praying on death on nobody, I did not mean to scream out no ma'am that loud to that young lady. But I did not want to be a part of a conversation where we're talking about, we hope someone who's just been injured, passes away behind that. No. I'm not doing that. Do I want a change for Jeffree? Yes. Do I want him to change from being here to being passed away? No. I just want you to do better and learn better and grow. I want you to make healthier and better decisions knowing that you have a very young audience. That's what I want. I want you to stop being so disrespectful and, go back and help heal some of those wounds that you done caused out here in this world. That's what I want. I don't want that man to die. I don't hate that man. I don't know that man. And so when I let that be known, it just seemed like all of a sudden it was like, well, you said that, yeah, I did say that I'm not using it no more. And I did say that, and I did say I'm not supporting him. But none of that means that if this man was in a car accident, I want him to pass away after that. No. I want that man to make a full recovery. I don't want him to have no injuries. The only thing I want to feel bad is his pockets from paying the doctors and the memories he have of possibly being in pain. Because I'm quite sure if he's in the condition that she said he was with braces and all these other... Honey, I have a mother who was in a car accident. And although she's doing okay now, I remember the times when she was having muscle spasms and back pain and could not get out of bed. I don't want to wish that on nobody. Nobody. And the part that hurt me the most was I let it be known I wasn't going to partake in that conversation. If you all would like to continue to speak while we're, shopping through the mall, you can be on your end right there, and I could be a few, things back. While you checking out, the Post cereal, I'm over here checking out the Kellogg's, and we can still talk and push around the store because it's nice to be able to finally shop with someone. Usually I am shopping alone. But what we're not going to do is take a moment where you wanted to meet me, and now we have the chance, and now we're going to spend this entire time talking about someone we either don't know or don't support and praying for their demise. No, we could be talking about all the pretty new things that have come out. We could be talking about things that you may have wanted tips or tricks on. We could have talked about video ideas you wanted to see based on the ones that you have seen. Why would we spend our time walking around talking about how much we want someone to pass away, honey? I'm not going to do it, honey, and I'm not going to encourage you to do it. And unfortunately, like I said, what hurt me the most was when she said, oh, well, if you don't blah, 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 then I'm just going to unsubscribe. Do I want you to leave, honey? No. But am I going to be, I don't want to say threatened, because I personally don't feel as if that was a threat, even if that was the way it was sent my way. I'm not going to bargain with anyone over you help hate this or we can't do this, honey. I don't have to hate nobody. Not for a follow. Not for a discount, not for a contract, not for a pay raise. I don't have to hate nobody. If I don't hate them, it's just that, honey, and you can't change my opinion on that. You can bring me more information that makes me despise them. You can bring me information that makes me not like them. But you can't sit down and bargain with me over, I'm not going to do this if you don't do that. Honey, if that's the way you feel, I'm going to say do what makes you comfortable, and I'm still going to pray for you and your healing and for Jeffree's healing. Because as someone who enjoys the ability to get up and make a living as a gay man in this world, I would never want any harm to come to another one who no longer has the ability to do so as well. I don't support the things that Jeffree Star has said and done, But at the end of the day, this is still a working man. This is still an artist. This is still a gay man. This is still a businessman. It's just like, I want him to change the things he's done. I don't want him to be in a position where he can't just live a comfortable life. I don't want that for anyone. And it just hurt to sit down and realize, like, wait, Torrence, this has to be the time. You can't be having this conversation with someone in real life. But unfortunately, it did go down that way. And I truly believe, I know I didn't use any profanity. I don't believe I raised my voice at all, but if for any reason I did, I want to apologize. But I just could not sit down and fathom the idea of, you are really trying to talk someone into understanding there's no reason to actually hate him. There's no reason to actually hate him unless he's done something to you. If he's cursed you out over Twitter, or let's say threw a dirty napkin or something at you, honey, then I can understand why you don't have the best feelings. But to say, okay, well, if you believe he's racist, let's run with that, okay? Have your feelings toward him and all people. But you don't have to hate them because they hate you, honey. Don't let that bad energy and that bad feelings come over you. Pray for other people's healings. Just don't support them. Let it be known, I don't support this person. I don't support their ways, and this is the reason why. That affects me. That affects people like me. But to actually go around and say, we're praying for your downfall, not we. You may be, but I'm not. I'm not praying for nobody's downfall. I'm praying for everybody to do better, to know better, to have better, and to be better. And that includes those people who are not doing the same for me. I understand everybody's not for me. There are people who don't like me simply because I'm black. There are people who don't like me because I'm gay. There are people who don't like me because I wear makeup. There are people who don't like me because I'm overweight. Maybe you don't feel so, but I look at it as I'm overweight too, because, honey, this quarantine been good to me and my stomach. I've been eating real well, honey. I got to get back in the gym, but it's going to be hard trying to figure that out. I might have to find me an online trainer so I can work from the house, because I'm like, we're going to have to figure out something fast, because we're going to have to do it 3 to 4 times a week, because, baby, I got in this shirt, but it wasn't the easiest struggle, and I put this one on because it just made me laugh a little bit. I know I'm getting off subject, but I want y'all to see this little shirt here. Is it showing? I'm trying to catch it in the viewfinder. But I put this one on just because it helped get me to laughing and get this video going. But I done completely lost where I was because it's early in the morning. But basically, I just want to say to those 2 young ladies, 1, if I've offended you in any way possible, I apologize. But I mean what I say when I say I do not hate that man and I don't wish death upon him. I don't know what his condition was. All I heard was it was a car accident and black ice. Oh, and that's what I wanted to bring up. Besides the fact that my mother was in a car accident, I personally have been in one, but I literally got up and walked away from each and every car accident I've ever been in. I was in 2, both involved being hit by a driver who was under the influence. One, I was in the backseat with my friend Red. We were coming home while we were working in a produce factory, and a drunk driver and I believe a blue Focus hit us. We were going through the light and they came straight through, and she was driving her best friend's car and hit us straight from the side. When I tell you that light from her headlight was bright, beaming. And as soon as that car, hit, luckily their car, I believe, had like either, it wasn't a metal frame like our old school car was. So their car caved in and crushed. Because we were in that metal frame car, we ended up being good. I went to the hospital, everything was fine. Another incident, a car hit me from behind it's not at the location I'm at, but with the job I'm at, in front of everybody. We were literally in a traffic jam when he came from behind, smashed and totaled both of our cars. And both incidents, I was able to get up and walk away. So to sit back and watch someone like my mother get into one and struggle the way she did, to know I have a cousin who was hit from behind in the vehicle, and he has nerve issues right now. I don't. So I look at it as it's a blessing for me to be able to say I've been in the same predicaments as others and was able to walk away from there when they have lifelong issues. I could not pray that on someone else. Not even someone who spread as much, I'm going to say hate, because all of this is allegedly, and in my opinion, just to make sure I don't get sued by nobody, everything before and after this statement is allegedly, and just my opinion, nothing is fact. I could not wish that on somebody like Jeffree Star. I'm sorry. The 2 items I got from him is the Beauty Killer palette, because I bought it on launch. We all didn't know back then, so I got it. And the Blood Sugar palette was a gift from a friend who came back from California when you couldn't even get it online because it was sold out. When I got all of those, we didn't know what we know now, and it's still good makeup, and I'm going to hold on to it. You ain't getting me to throw it away, sis. That's money, that's memories, that's friendship, and we're going to hold on to them. If I wanted to still support them, I promise y'all, that Alien palette, y'all know greens and blacks are my favorite. I got the space in the room for bulky packaging, honey. That big old thing would have been mounted somewhere. I would have held on to it. And then the fact that my favorite Teresa is dead, that Alien Slut, baby, that would have been the palette for that video. But I didn't get it. When he did his liquid lipstick set, y'all know I love nudes. I have more nude lipsticks than any other type. That nudes mini set and that Equality, the little rainbow set that you could have used as eyeliner. Honey, I want it. But my principal would not let me get it. No matter how many people told me the quality was amazing, the colors were just there, the packaging was over the top. It's like, honey, this is everything I want. But my morals say, your card can't swipe and get it. And every time a friend told me they wanted to buy it for me, don't do that. Don't do that, honey. Because once you give it to me, I'm not going to be able to turn it down. So before you spend your money on it, I got to let you know, honey, we don't support the brand, even though we believe the stuff is good. So I'm going to need you to get something else. Please get me something else. Because I done already got the Blood Sugar, and I can't let him go. So you can't send me that, because I ain't going to let that go. And now that we know better, we got to try to do better. And I ain't got to the point where I can toss those out yet. I'm willing to admit that. But those other items, I'm like, nope. When he did, we going to call it the old palette, because I'm not going to say the name of it. You ain't going to flag my palette. That big old... I know a lot of people said they saw like 50 Shades of Beige, but I'm telling you, honey, I saw the color difference. Oh, baby. When you do freelance work and you think about, oh, I want to do a new brown matte eye, the exact same shades I would use on somebody with fair skin tone is not the same ones I would use as someone with my skin tone, and then someone with a nice, deep, rich brown skin, and then somebody with a nice, deep, oh. I saw the gradients, honey. But there was no way I was about to do prom season. Well, I guess it ain't happening this year like last year. But there's no way I was going to, have that sitting out or do a video or something with that. Or even just, oh, girl, let me do your eyes with... Nope. Couldn't have been me. Wasn't going to be me. But as just a regular consumer, let's say Jeffree was the type who acted... We just going to say he cleaned up his act, doing better, and everybody support him. I would have had that. I would have had that. The mini was ugly. I would have never touched that. But that big one... I love big old monochromatic palettes like that. He could do a green one like that, a purple one. Y'all see I got that color pop. I got the Bare Necessities and the Stone Cold Fox. I love a variation. I love gradation. My Viseart Grande Pro 1. She's just beautiful. I've been ranting and doing all of this, and honestly, now that I got it out, I just realized I'm feeling a lot better. I done, just started getting my emotions going and everything. I done completely forgot where we was going because this early in the morning. But long story short is, I hope I didn't offend those 2 young ladies. I don't know what happened to Jeffree. Oh, almost forgot that part. The car accident. I was speaking on my parts. The day that Faiza sent me the intro for our videos, I'm not sure if you've all noticed, but we now have a new intro and a new exit. Thanks to Faiza. She is a loyal follower and subscriber on my channel here. And it's amazing that she sent that, but I'm not even sure if I've apologized to her yet because I still haven't heard back to make sure, to make sure that young man is okay. But the day Faiza sent me the link letting me know that she had something for me, I believe it was late one night, and then she said she would send it the next morning. Well, the next morning I decided to go to the pharmacy and pick up my prescription. I get some of my acne medicine and things like that through my insurance company. And I figured, why pay full price to get it out of pocket when I can pay just the deductible for my insurance, or I mean the copay, and get it that way. I could save hundreds of dollars a month. We're going to go ahead and do it while we can do it. On my way back, we had rainfall, and I'm not sure what state you all live in, but here in Michigan, we get the epitome of all four seasons. The summer is hot, the spring it can flood, and the winter we have so many trees here in Michigan, you could be bagging for months and still never stop. And in the winter we get true storms. It can shut this place down if need be. Well, the other day it wasn't storming, but it was raining, and unfortunately many people don't drive safe in those harsh conditions like the snow and the rain. Well, on my way back from the pharmacy, I saw a young man tear up his convertible. The whole front end smashed right into we were coming across the bridge. He smashed in coming across this way, and the car spiraled back the other way. And that's how I saw it, because I heard a loud boom. It wasn't until I saw his car swinging this way that I realized, oh no, that's a car. I pulled over to the side, spilled my fries because I had a fast food meal over there. That's why I'm fat now. Had a fast food meal in the passenger seat. So when I swerved over to go make sure he okay, my fries spilled over, but I still immediately just grabbed my little wireless key fob, threw that in the pocket, and just took off running across the street because I wanted to make sure this young man was okay. Before I could even get there, another young lady had come from the same side of the street. She pulled over in front of him. We both get up to it. The young man says he's okay, but we convince him that he still needs to go to the hospital. This car is completely mashed in, sir. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to fix this. First, it's a convertible. So that little bad boy went pancaked in. But he got straight out. We like, sir, it's best that we all get away from this vehicle. And we don't know if there's going to be gas, explosion, anything. But call the police, call an ambulance. We need you to go to the hospital. We managed to convince him to go to the hospital, and I asked him if he wouldn't mind taking my number because I just wanted to check up on him and make sure he was okay. I personally would just feel better if within 24 hours you just text and say, I'm still good, something. You don't have to go into details about your medical history, but I just want to make sure you're fine. He agreed, and so on my way home, Faiza sent over that link. It wasn't until much later in the day that I was able to get in contact with her because I was so worried about that young man, because once again, just seeing anyone get in a car accident takes me back to my childhood and remembering my mother being in one. So to see someone younger than me tear up a car that was at least twice as expensive as mine, I had to make sure he was good. And so it wasn't until he texted back, I'm good, I'm at the hospital. He sent a picture or whatever. He never sent his name or anything, and I don't want to put his information out there, but I felt good knowing he didn't just say he went to the hospital. He actually went, and they said that he was fine. I was able to rest, and after that, I was able to pick up with Faiza and go back and forth, and then the messages became constant. But that whole earlier in the day, it may have looked like I even ghosted her because you're telling me you're doing something nice for me and it's taking hours for me to respond. And I felt bad about that, but my brain was so focused on that young man that I couldn't think straight on things. I was worried about his safety. I wasn't worried about what my YouTube channel was going to do. And so for me, it's just no matter the person, no matter the issue, I just don't wish that on anyone, and I'm here to let the world know, if you feel like that young lady and me saying I don't hate Jeffree Star and I am praying for his recovery, honey, you can leave. I'm going to pray for yours on your way out the door. But I'm not going to beg anyone to be on my channel. I am going to ask because I would like you to come. It would be nice for you to join. But this is a place of building people up, and this is a place of positivity, sharing tips, sharing info, and discussing our lives. And what we aren't going to do is pray that someone else's fall apart. And because I can see we already at the 29-minute mark, I usually don't get a chance to end things right. So I'm going to just say prayers and blessings to everyone, including Jeffree Star. And with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and with nothing else, goodbye, YouTube. And I know this still recording for a few seconds, so we're going to let it go ahead, but I am surprised I actually just really did that video because I know it's early. I have not eaten and my stomach is chewing on my spine. So I'm hungry, I'm rambling, and because I don't see me having time, well, I got the time, the energy to want to go downstairs and cook, I think we about to probably order something because